1991, Southgate, North London. 8-year-old Amy sat in living room. Father, Mitch, humming while cooking. Not just humming, singing, full voice, full heart, Frank Sinatra. Always Frank Sinatra. Come fly with me, let's fly away. Amy knew every word, heard these songs daily, since birth, since before memory. Mitch sang Sinatra constantly, driving taxi, cooking dinner, playing with children. Sinatra was soundtrack, Sinatra was presence, Sinatra was family language. Dad, Amy called, teach me that one. Fly Me to the Moon? Yeah, that one? Mitch smiled, sat beside daughter. You really want to learn it? All of them? I want to know all the Sinatra songs you know. That's a lot of songs, Amy. I've got time. The lessons started informally. No structure, no schedule, just Mitch singing, Amy listening. Amy repeating, learning by osmosis, learning through love, learning because music was how father showed affection, was how family communicated, was how Winehouse home operated. Mitch's voice wasn't professional, wasn't trained, but was genuine, was passionate, was filled with love for music, for Sinatra, for sharing something meaningful with daughter. Amy heard that love, absorbed it, made it hers. She'd sit on kitchen counter while he cooked. Sing the way you look tonight, she'd request. Mitch would comply. Full performance, gesturing with spatula, making her laugh, making her sing along, making music not just sound, but experience, connection, joy. Amy's mother, Janice, watched these moments, smiled, knew something was forming, not just musical education. Bond, father-daughter relationship built on shared passion, on Sinatra. On jazz, on understanding that music wasn't just entertainment, was emotion, was communication, was life itself. Those kitchen concerts planted seeds. Amy learning not just songs, but approach. Sinatra's phrasing, his emotional delivery, his way of making every word matter, every note count, every silence speak. Mitch wasn't teaching technique, was teaching feeling, was teaching honesty, was teaching that great singing comes from great emotion, from truth, from vulnerability wrapped in confidence. By age 9, Amy knew dozens of Sinatra songs, could sing them reasonably well, could mimic phrasing, could capture some of that emotional weight. Not perfectly. She was 9, but foundations were there, understanding was there, love was there. Then came the incident, the one that became family legend, the one that showed Amy's personality. Her boldness, her understanding that music was power, was shield, was way to control situation that felt uncontrollable. School day, Mount School, Mill Hill. Amy misbehaved, details unclear, probably talking back, probably being mouthy, probably doing something typically Amy. Teacher caught her, sent her to headmistress. Standard punishment routine, walk down hallway, knock on door, enter office, receive lecture, maybe detention, maybe call to parents, dread and anticipation. Every student knew this walk, this feeling, this inevitability. But Amy did something different, something no one expected, something that became her signature move. She sang, walked down hallway singing Fly Me to the Moon, full voice, no shame, no embarrassment, just Sinatra, just music, just 8-year-old girl using song as armor, as declaration, as way of saying, I'm not just naughty student, I'm Amy, and this is who I am. The headmistress heard singing from hallway. Door opened, Amy still singing, making eye contact, finishing phrase before stopping. In other words, I love you. Silence. Then headmistress tried not to laugh. Amy Winehouse, did you just sing Sinatra at me? Yes, miss. Why? Because I'm in trouble, and Sinatra makes everything better. That's creative reasoning? My dad taught me. Your dad taught you to sing Sinatra when you're in trouble? My dad taught me Sinatra makes everything better. I applied it to being in trouble. Headmistress couldn't maintain stern face. Logic was absurd, but also charming. Also showed Amy's quick thinking, her audacity, her absolute confidence in music as answer to everything. You're still in trouble. I know, but at least we're both in better mood now. Am I? You smiled. That counts. Pattern established. Every time Amy faced headmistress, every time trouble found her, she sang, always Sinatra. Usually, Fly Me to the Moon. Sometimes, The Way You Look Tonight. Occasionally, I've Got You Under My Skin. Always full commitment, always zero embarrassment, always Amy being completely herself. Teachers started expecting it. Amy's coming down, she'll be singing. Became ritual, became part of Amy's identity, became story everyone told. That's Amy Winehouse, the girl who sings Sinatra when she's in trouble. Mitch heard about habit, laughed, proud. That's my girl, using music properly. Music isn't just for performance, is for living, for navigating life, for making difficult moments bearable. But she's using it to avoid punishment, Janice pointed out. She's using it to maintain dignity. Big difference. Amy's learning that music gives you power, control, identity. That's important lesson, more important than avoiding detention. The Sinatra Foundation shaped everything. When Amy discovered jazz, when she found soul, when she developed her voice, all connected to those early lessons. To Mitch, singing in kitchen, to learning that great music comes from great emotion, that phrasing matters, that silence matters, that honesty matters above everything else. Amy's first album, years later, would be named Frank. Direct reference, direct homage. Frank Sinatra, frank honesty, frank everything. Amy acknowledging debt, acknowledging foundation. Acknowledging that father singing Sinatra in kitchen created artists who would change music. But that was future. In 1991, Amy was just girl who loved her dad's singing, who absorbed every lesson, who understood instinctively that music wasn't just sound, was power, was communication, was way of being in world. She'd ask Mitch constantly, "Tell me about Sinatra. Why is he so good?" Mitch would think. Sinatra doesn't just sing words, sings meaning, sings emotion behind words. You could listen to Sinatra sing Phone Book and it would move you, because he means it. Every word, every note, every silence. How do I do that? Feel it first, sing it second. Never sing something you don't feel. Audience knows, always knows. Sinatra felt everything. That's why he's great. That's why people still listen decades later. Emotion is timeless. Technique is temporary. Amy absorbed this, understood this, lived this, even at 8, even at 9, even at age when most children sang pop songs mindlessly. Amy was learning emotional truth from Sinatra, from father, from understanding that great art requires great honesty, great vulnerability, great courage to feel deeply and express fully. School performances started, not punishment performances, actual performances. School concerts, assemblies. Teachers recognized Amy's voice, Amy's presence, Amy's gift, put her front and center, let her sing. Usually she sang current songs, pop songs, songs other kids knew, but sometimes, when feeling bold, she sang Sinatra. My Way, New York, New York. Songs that should have been absurd coming from 9-year-old girl, but weren't, because Amy committed, because Amy felt, because Amy understood that age doesn't matter when emotion is genuine. Audience, parents, teachers, students would go quiet. This wasn't child performing, was artist emerging, was voice that carried weight beyond years. Was Amy channeling Sinatra, channeling Mitch, channeling everything she'd learned about making music matter, making music mean, making music truth. After one performance, teacher approached Mitch. "Your daughter is special. You know that? I know she loves music. More than that, she understands music. At 9 years old, she understands what most adults never learn. That music is communication, emotion, truth." Where did she learn that? From Sinatra, from me, from her grandmother, from family that believes music isn't decoration, is foundation, is language, is way of being human. The Sinatra education continued through adolescence, Through teenage years, through rebellion, through everything, Mitch kept singing. Amy kept learning. Bonds strengthened rather than weakened. Music became constant, became shared language when words failed, became way father and daughter stayed connected through difficult times. When Amy struggled, when school was hard, when life felt overwhelming, she'd ask Mitch to sing. He'd comply. Sinatra would fill room. Problems wouldn't disappear, but felt manageable, felt survivable, felt like they could be navigated with the right soundtrack, right emotional support, right reminder that feeling deeply wasn't weakness, was strength. Dad, why does Sinatra make everything better? Because Sinatra understood pain, understood joy, understood full range of human emotion, and wasn't afraid to express it. When you listen to Sinatra, you feel less alone, because someone else felt what you feel, expressed what you struggle to express. That's power of great art. Makes you feel seen, understood, human. I want to do that. Make people feel seen. Then feel everything honestly, deeply, completely. Don't hide. Don't pretend. Don't perform emotion you don't feel. Feel it, then express it. That's how you become artists like Sinatra. Not by copying technique, by matching honesty. Amy understood, lived it, made it foundation of everything that followed. Every song she wrote, every note she sang, every performance she gave, all connected to kitchen concerts, to Mitch singing Sinatra, to learning that great music requires great honesty, great courage, great willingness to be vulnerable publicly while maintaining dignity. Exactly what Sinatra did. Exactly what Amy would do. Exactly what made both of them legendary. Years later, Amy named first album Frank. Journalists asked why. Amy explained simply. Frank means honest. Frank means Sinatra. Both matter. Both shaped me. Both are foundation of everything I am as artist. Mitch cried hearing this, knowing his kitchen concerts mattered, knowing singing Sinatra while cooking mattered, knowing every shared song, every shared moment, every shared emotion through music mattered. Had shaped daughter who would reshape music itself, who would show new generation that emotional honesty isn't just valid, is necessary, is what makes great art great, what makes great music timeless, what makes artists like Sinatra and like Amy eternal. The Fly Me to the Moon ritual continued, even as teenager, even as young adult. When Amy felt nervous, felt scared, felt overwhelmed, she'd sing it, quietly, to herself. Mitch's voice in her head, Sinatra's phrasing guiding her. Reminder that music is power, is protection, is way of maintaining dignity in difficult moments. Recording studio, nervous before big vocal take. Amy hummed, Fly Me to the Moon. Producer noticed, what's that? Ritual from childhood, helps me feel ready. Sinatra? My dad taught me, before I face anything scary, I sing Sinatra. Reminds me I have power, have voice, have ability to control situation through music. That's beautiful. That's family. That's foundation. That's why I'm here. Because Dad sang Sinatra. Because I learned music is more than entertainment, is life itself. The Sinatra influence wasn't just sentimental, was technical. Amy's phrasing, the way she bent notes, the way she used silence, the way she made every word matter, came directly from studying Sinatra, from absorbing his approach through osmosis, through love, through years of kitchen concerts and shared appreciation for artists who understood that great singing is great feeling expressed honestly. Music critics would note this. Amy Winehouse sings like jazz singer from different era, like Sinatra, like Billie Holiday, like artists who understood music is emotion first, entertainment second. They were right. Amy did sound like different era because she learned from different era, from Sinatra, from father who taught her that old doesn't mean outdated. Classic means timeless. Great means honest. And honest never ages. When Frank released, Mitch listened with pride mixed with grief. Pride because daughter achieved dream. Grief because knew what that achievement would cost. New pressure would come. New industry would demand. New Amy's honesty, her greatest strength, would also be vulnerability, would be exploited, would be weapon used against her. He played Fly Me to the Moon, Sinatra version. Remembered 8-year-old Amy learning it. Remembered her singing it down hallway to headmistress. Remembered believing music would protect her, would give her power, would be shield against world. It did, until it didn't. Until honesty became too much. Until feeling everything deeply became unbearable. Until music couldn't protect anymore, could only document, could only express, could only capture pain that had become overwhelming. But foundation remained, even in darkest times, even in hardest moments. Amy's music stayed honest, stayed emotional, stayed true to lessons learned in kitchen, true to Sinatra, true to Mitch, true to understanding that great music requires great vulnerability, great courage, great willingness to feel everything and express everything and let world see everything. That was Sinatra's gift. That was Mitch's gift. That was Amy's gift to world. Honesty, complete, unflinching, beautiful, painful, real. The girl who sang Sinatra became woman who sang truth, who sang emotion, who sang life itself. All because father sang Sinatra in kitchen. All because music was love in Winehouse home. All because Fly Me to the Moon wasn't just song, was ritual, was protection, was reminder that music gives power, gives voice, gives dignity, even in difficult moments. The legacy continued after Amy died. Mitch still sings Sinatra, in kitchen, in car, in moments of grief, remembering daughter who loved these songs, who learned from these songs, who became artist because these songs taught her that emotion matters more than perfection, that honesty matters more than technique, that feeling deeply is strength, not weakness. He plays Fly Me to the Moon and sees 8-year-old Amy learning it, sees her singing it down school hallway, sees her understanding even then that music is power, is protection, is way of navigating world that often feels overwhelming, sees foundation being laid, foundation that would support career, support artistry, support legend. The girl who sang Sinatra became voice that defined generation, became artist who showed honesty is timeless, became legend who proved that feeling everything deeply isn't liability, is gift, is what makes great music great, is what makes artists immortal. Mitch sings and remembers every kitchen concert, every shared song, every moment music connected father and daughter, connected past and future, connected Sinatra and Amy, connected lesson and legacy, connected love and art. The girl who sang Sinatra, the woman who sang truth, the voice that stayed, all began in kitchen, with Mitch singing, with Amy listening, with Sinatra teaching through time, teaching that great music is great honesty, great emotion, great humanity expressed fearlessly. That's legacy, that's foundation, that's beginning of everything. The girl who sang Sinatra, the voice that changed music. The lesson that love expressed through song creates artists who reshape world. Fly me to the moon, let me play among the stars, let me see what spring is like on Jupiter and Mars. In other words, hold my hand. In other words, darling, kiss me. In other words, this is how Amy Winehouse began. With love, with Sinatra, with music as foundation of everything. Every great artist starts somewhere. For Amy, it was a short-lived rap group with a ridiculous name and big dreams. At just 10 years old, she and her childhood friend formed Sweet and Sour and learned the first lessons about collaboration, creativity, and finding your voice in a group. What happened when the girl who sang Sinatra tried to rap? Don't miss the next episode.